What's up, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's so wonderful to have you guys here. Welcome to my home in Hawaii, or Hawaii. It's wonderful to have you guys here with me. And we're going to spend some time together and talk and meditate and do some yoga and talk about Ramalama and learn Ramalama. So the way this came about, interestingly enough, I don't know what it was, 3 weeks ago or so. In general, I tend not to kind of teach older stuff. I don't really go back that much. I think the last time I taught Ramalama would have been maybe 14 or 13 years ago. And, realizing that the number on So You Can Dance was, I think, 15 years ago. So anyway, 3 weeks ago or so, I woke up one morning and had this charm, or the kind of a curiosity first. Wonder if that would be fun to kind of go back and teach Ramalama, and how would that feel? And then it was like, oh gosh, do I remember it? Can I still do it? So I put on the music, and it's amazing, like just muscle memory, like it just immediately came back in my body, and felt really good, felt really fun, and I felt excited to kind of teach it again, to share. So here we are. The way the actual number, creating and doing the number on So You Can Dance came about. So this was 2006. I had actually stepped away from dance mostly for a couple of years at that point. I had a MTV show, a dance show called the Robson Project in 2003, end of 2003. And then that was great and also a bit of a strange experience for me. So I stepped away from that, and I kind of stepped away from dance for a while and was focusing on other things. And then, somewhere early or mid 2006, this desire for dance and inspiration and curiosity came back. And actually, funny enough, when they were doing season 1 of So You Think You Can Dance, the Fox and So You Think You Can Dance reached out to me, or reached out to my agent, and wanted me to be a part, wanted me to do some choreography for the show. But at that point, I just wasn't into it. I wasn't not particularly So You Think You Could Dance, but I wasn't interested in doing much dance stuff at all. So I said no, no, thank you. And then, 2006, felt some inspiration out of nowhere and started playing around again. Maybe started teaching a little bit and just exploring dance in a new way. Life had changed a lot for me. I had found the love of my life. I'd gotten married. Life was different. So there was a lot of new inspiration. So I was curious to play with that new inspiration. And thought, hey, I remember that So You Think You Can Dance thing reached out to me. Told my agency, why don't you reach out to them and see if they're still interested in having me do some work. And they were, and connected with a guy named Thacker, who is a producer on the show, really the guy who made everything happen on the show. And he was just elegant and gracious and sweet, and pretty much said, yeah, please come and do whatever you want. Come to the top 10 number. So I said, okay. My wife, Amanda, and I had started creating together conceptually. So we, I think over a bottle of wine or so, we found this song, the Royce and Murphy Ramalama Bang Bang, which we loved. And we just started riffing on it conceptually. And Amanda was also really inspired by sort of Victorian era fashion. So those worlds came together, and we thought, okay, what if the basic idea in our minds is that there was some grand ball in the 1800s somewhere, and something went horribly wrong, and maybe the whole place went up in flames. And these spirits have, and everybody died. It's pretty dark, I know. But these spirits have been sort of stuck in limbo, playing that out ever since. And that was just kind of the inspirational idea. And then we just went. And yeah, so I think we'll get into a lot. We've got a couple of fun guests coming. We'll get into some more stories and details with them. But maybe, one last thing I'll say is that, I did not do this alone at all. I choreographed it. Amanda, my wife, and I conceptualized it. And then, of course, there's a whole amazing team behind it at So You Think You Can Dance. We had Gamilla and Soyon and doing the costume design alongside with Amanda. Amy Strozzi doing makeup. John D. doing hair. Bob Barnhart doing lighting. And again, Jeff Thacker producing and really being the champion for the piece. The director was wonderful, and it's just a huge collaborative effort. So it happens as a team, and everybody involved deserves all the credit. And then, of course, the dancers, who, without them interpreting this movement in this piece, the movement and the character at the level that they did, it would not have been what it was, what it is. So maybe what we do to sort of refresh ourselves, let's watch it. Let's watch Ramalama once, and then we'll connect with our guests. Okay. There it was. Okay, excuse me for a second while I do a quick technical thing. Okay, I'm back. All right, so that was the piece. It's a trip to take it back in. Yeah, lots of memories there, and time of life and all of that. So I want to bring in a couple of special guests, as I've been talking about on social media. Travis, Allison, and Ivan, who, obviously were a part of the piece, the original performers, and a huge, important part of the piece, not only in the performance, but the creation as well. So let me bring them in. There they are. Okay, you might need, can you guys unmute yourselves? What's up?
Boom.
Man, I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Way. This is cool. It's cool to see everybody, relive a moment that's engraved in my brain. Pretty cool.
Online reunion.
I guess we're all supposed to be grown-ups now. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're all, you were all definitely babies, even more so than I was.
Were we all
Maybe.
18? I think we were
Yeah.
all 18 in the show.
Wow.
I was green as a human and green as a dancer at that point in my life. And I was just trying to figure things out. And you can actually see clearly in the dancing that I'm just trying to figure that thing out. Yeah.
So why don't we go one at a time a little bit, and Travis, I'll start with you, and just, I don't know, any key memories that come forward from the creation of the piece and or performing it?
Definitely, that was just a really big week for us. We had just found out that we are going on this tour. I mean, when we signed up for the show, there was never a tour. We just all made top 10. They just signed these contracts that we're now going to be paid to go on tour, and the next 5 to 6 months of our life are now. We're just so excited, and then they're like, also, Wade Robson's choreographing your top 10 piece. We were like, it was just a really crazy week for us. And so obviously, I mean, I say for me, I was scared so shitless, walking into that rehearsal, but so excited. And then just watching you move. Not every choreographer on the show, especially So You Think You Can Dance, would actually dance and show us what we were doing. And just to sit there and watch you, I believe we all just looked around at each other like, what is happening? How are we in this position? And I just know we were just so how do we find and how do we take everything that he is and how can we put that into our bodies? And so I just was never been more of a student my entire life watching you. Unfortunately for Natalie, I remember she got injured. And she couldn't do the performance piece, so I was sad for her, but pretty ecstatic that I got to do a solo instead of having a partner for that part.
Right, okay.
But I remember it used to be a 2-day process. We had 2 days.
That's what I was trying to remember. Okay.
So the first day was a little I was definitely shaking, and I feel like everybody was just trying to figure it out. The second day is where I really felt we actually started to become everything that you wanted us to be. I think the first day I felt like I'd never danced a day in my life.
Were they how long were those days? Were they 6-hour days or something?
I believe
8 hours?
8, 9.
8-hour days.
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was Tuesday, Wednesday. Our shows were on Monday, right? No, that's a lie. Our live shows were Wednesday, and we found out we went home on Thursday or something like that.
I don't remember that, but that is a great memory that you have, Travis.
Thursdays
I think we shot Monday.
Thursdays were
I think we shot, yeah.
That's body trauma memory. So freaked out all the time.
That's what Wade, all your meditations have been teaching me. It's all about being in the bottom on Thursday. It's all that trauma.
I remember the respect that everyone had for each other in your rehearsal. And I think that starts from the choreographer, right? That you had so much utmost respect for all of the dancers, and you treated us as such. So I feel like we were all so starstruck and just wanted to deliver so much for you, but you still, as a choreographer, I feel like we could all sense your belief in us, and you were so encouraging, even though your stuff was so different than anything we had done, and it was so hard. From the levels, because it was so new to us, but you were so encouraging and supportive the whole way through. And also what Travis is saying, you were able to demonstrate it for us, and we could every time you moved, I feel like I can still remember feeling it inside my bones. Anytime you did a move, I was oh, I want to get there, I want to do that. And your wise words of were so descriptive in the movement, and as a choreographer, you just knew so much of what you needed from us that it made it easier for us as the dancers to figure it out, right? And it was really cool. You found a way of bringing us together. Obviously we're on a competition show and we all want to win. Right. But you found a way of bringing us together with these characters, of challenging us to really come together. We have to work together and be a part of this family in it. You know what I mean? So there was times that people would be rehearsing in the corners without even you asking for that, but we all just wanted to do this for each other and for you. And there was this respect in the room that everyone was this is going to be amazing, but we all have to do it together and get everyone to the same level, And
that's interesting.
I just remember that feeling.
I'll never forget too. We just learned the movement, and we were trying to imagine it all. But then that morning, when we show up at 5 a.m., and then the hair and makeup and the team to everybody, and then once we all looked at each other in the mirror, we were all like, I mean, the hair and makeup and costume was incredible. But like I've never dressed up like besides Halloween, I've never been in a piece where you get to truly like make a character come to life. I remember us looking at each other, and I was like, first of all, my cheekbones right now are so fierce. It was just truly such a vision, and it was the most inspiring, obviously, process I've ever been to at that point, where just that truly made me want to become a choreographer, Wade.
Wow. Honestly, guys, I have not paid them to say all these nice things about me. This is very, very sweet of you guys.
So for me personally, I knew Wade well at that point, in a sense of like as a fan, as a student and a fan. I'd moved to LA, and my first class in LA ever at Millennium was your class. I watched your career. I watched the Wade Robson project from home. I learned all the pieces you taught every week. Like, you were a pretty dominant inspiration for me from the get. So that week in a show that everything felt foreign to me, literally almost everything felt foreign. It was the first week to me that I could, maybe not, but from what I remember, it was the first week like, this is my shit. Like I for once, I'm like, I'm going to be in my pocket. I was wrong. It didn't feel like in my pocket. It felt foreign again, but it was dope to work with you like for the first time officially. And I think my whole career, my whole life up to this point, it's this thought that like moments matter, like the most smallest moments always matter. And for some reason I always go back to this moment, and it's actually us learning our kind of individual entrances, and we have to do this thing where we jump down the stairs but with stiff legs and both feet landed at the same time. And I kept, you taught it and I did it, and then you're like, no, and then in your dress shoes and jeans and your Hawaii shirt, by the way, I didn't actually remember you wearing that, because I didn't know if you came from like a business lunch that you were like busting it, but
we're not doing business casual here.
So the way you did it, and the way just that simple action of jumping down and it like vibrating through your body, it almost feels like that's where it budded from. Like every moment matters, like every transition, every step, every second. There's no wasted moments ever. And I think that translates into life for me, truly. Like today, I still talk about that specific instance. Like, I swear in my life, I talk about the kids I teach. I talk about with my wife all the time. Like, these things have resonated 16 years later. And it's maybe for you an insignificant moment of just teaching a transition to the floor. To me, was a life-changing experience just in that brief second, which is crazy, and it's crazy to think that these kind of moments affect people around us all the time, and we just pay little to no mind to it often, you know?
Yeah, it's incredible the impact that we all have on each other, right? Moment to moment. Wow, such beautiful,
he also
kind
did this number
thoughts.
on tour.
Right.
And you should hear at the beginning of second act, the minute that first note comes in from Roger Murphy, the minute it starts, that's iconic.
Also, I think we should touch on the fact that, Wade, you actually performed this with us.
Yes.
Right.
And
I was trying to figure out why.
It's still one of my favorite performances. Before we went on stage, you had us in like a little prayer circle where everyone kind of revs each other up. And the energy and the words and the fire that was spewing from you was just like, I was like, yes! I feel like I was like screaming. Like, actually, I think we weren't we screaming? And it was like, but it was like this energy, and it was so powerful dancing next to you and seeing how you interact before you go to stage was something I'll never forget.
Oh, I know what it was.
Hustle you into that?
I know what that was. It was the performance. We all came back. It was like the 100th episode or something, and they did the winning Emmy performances. So we redid the bench piece, flower and hummingbird dance, and then he danced with Ramalama.
Oh, was this like the next year? Like not in the same year?
2 years. It was season 5, I believe, was the 100th episode.
Right.
I could be wrong. Jeff Thacker's probably going to correct that, I'm sure.
But it was amazing. It was a moment in time. Also, we should talk about how incredible it was performing that piece. When remember on season 2, we had the stage that like we were on set with the audience. Like the audience was really right next to us. Right,
in the round almost.
Like, shouting. They were like shouting at you and yelling for you. And it was like, they could just like kind of touch you.
Right.
Essentially, it was really amazing.
Wow, I mean, some of those things you mentioned, that's interesting, Allison, and you mentioned that that piece about the feeling of camaraderie, you know, and that team feeling, really working together in the session. I didn't remember that. When you said that, it reminded me that was something that was on my mind going into it. I mean, that was a very new environment for me too, where like I didn't know, when I knew it was a competition, I knew it was probably intense. So I didn't have a prerequisite knowing that you guys were at each other's throats or anything like that, or thinking that you were, but thinking maybe, you know, maybe that was possible, maybe that was the vibe that was going on. So it was definitely something that was on my mind to try and like, how can we, even though we're, you know, it's not a non-competition piece, right? And how can we kind of really, how can they really relax into this moment and try and dial down maybe the stress level a little bit, and remember that we can just do this again just for fun, you know?
It was epic.
Wow.
It really was epic. Yeah,
And,
I mean,
you know,
I got like high school teachers hitting me on Instagram right now. Oh my god, I remember this piece. Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, and then lastly, I would say, you know, individual. I mean, I remember, you know, all 10 or 11 of you, or 10, right? It clearly, I mean, as far as each one of your vibes and that sort of thing in the
What were your
room at
first
that time.
impressions?
Individually or collectively?
Yes, individually, please.
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing, I mean, if there's commonalities first between the three of you, was that kindness, was that respect, was that extreme focus, hunger, right? Lots of hunger, and also lots of playfulness, right? Silliness, right?
We did play.
Yeah, lots of goofiness within, but within a, you know, I think we probably opened up more and more with that as the rehearsal went along, and like you guys gauged that well, you know what I mean? Like as far as how comfortable that was going to be to play around, but yeah, just sweet, humble, excited, extremely talented. I mean, you guys are all just so fast, and it really was a pleasure. I was pleasantly surprised, not knowing what, you know, the energy was going to be like in that sort of environment, that sort of competitive environment, you know? Okay, I should start teaching this thing.
Yes. Love you so much, Wade. So much.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. And you can say hi to everyone out there.
What's
Everybody
up?
enjoy. Enjoy the ride. It's a hell of a ride. Enjoy
It's gonna
the
be
piece.
sore, but it's worth it.
All right, hopefully my body still moves the way it did in that rehearsal. You guys put some pressure on it.
Okay.
All right, love
No
you guys.
pressure, just don't mess up. Later, love you.
Bye. Okay, quit the group here. Okay, we're back. That was fun. So sweet to see them. Okay, let's start moving. We're going to warm up a little bit first. Actually, you know what? Let's do a really quick meditation. And we're going to do it very simply. If you guys out there have any sort of chair or any sort of back support, if you don't have a chair or back support at all, it's okay. But if you do have easy access to a chair or back support, go ahead and grab it. And all we're going to do is a very simple breath-centered meditation, right? We got a lot of thoughts, we got excitement, all these things are great, but we want to just kind of center into our body and ground a little bit, okay? So I'll talk you through it. We'll just do a couple of minutes, very simple. So all you're going to do is sit back comfortably, and you can go ahead and close your eyes, and just start with a couple of deep breaths. And now all you're going to do is keep your eyes closed, and you're going to breathe normally, whatever is normal breath today, and you're just going to pay casual attention to your breath. And thoughts, emotions, sensations are not the enemy. No problem. If and when you get lost in thought, you just gently drift back towards noticing your breath. And there's no particular way that you're supposed to feel. However you feel is perfect. We're just noticing the breath, that's all. And if you find yourself lost in thought, no problem at all. Just gently drift back towards noticing the breath. And go ahead and take a deep breath. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Okay, beautiful. All right, we are going to do a little yoga-inspired warm-up. So go ahead and grab some space. Check sound here for a moment. And, grab a drink of water or anything if you want. There's music. Okay. If you have a yoga mat, super handy, like really easy for you to get, great, go grab it. If not, no problem at all. You'll be just fine. Reframe here. Okay. Checking with you guys here. Make sure everything is looking good. Okay. So, grab some space. Music's here. Okay. Now, you're going to stand about hips distance apart and open up your chest, relax your arms, close the eyes, and let's take a couple deep breaths. And then you can slowly align your arms with the breath. So as you breathe in, you're opening up the arms, lower down, and take the arms all the way up. And then we dive down with a flat back. And then you can release the back. Take this off. Release the back and let yourself hang. So let yourself be heavy. Let gravity do its work. And if you can sway a little bit right to left, if that feels okay. And then flat back, looking forward, coming halfway up. And then release back down. And now you're going to slowly come to a plank position. So the top of a push-up. Right. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly lower down. You keep the body, the stomach tight, body straight, elbows in. And then pull your chest slightly forward, point your toes, and slowly push up into Cobra. Deep breath. Throughout this whole warm-up experience, just try and keep a really constant, slow, deep breathing pattern. You can twist to one side, twist to the other, come back to center, flip your toes under behind you, keep a strong stomach, push back through plank and back to downward dog. And so you're moving towards straight arms, straight legs, pushing back towards your thighs, and you can slowly push down one heel at a time, cycling them. I'm getting a bit of a rain downpour here, if you can hear that. Beautiful blessing. And now come back down to your knees, so now you're on all fours. And you can breathe in and arch your back. And breathe out and contract. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out and contract. And let your back be neutral. Cross your ankles behind you. Sit back onto your butt. And then you're gonna lay all the way down on your back. I'm gonna face the same way as you. And now pick up the right leg, wrap your hands around the shin and the knee, pulling that right knee in towards your chest. Oh, I'm getting rained on. And now left hand on the outside of the right knee, pulling it across the body. You can open up the right arm and look to the right. And back to center. And now right hand on the inside of the right knee. You can place the right foot down. Slowly turn that right knee out, opening up that right hip. And back to center. Pull back into the chest. Rotate both ankles. And straighten the right leg. And now same thing on the left side. So picking up the left knee, wrapping the hands around, pulling in towards your chest. Right hand on the outside of the left knee, pulling across the body. Open up the left arm, look to the left. And back to center. Left hand on the inside of the left knee, foot down, turning the left knee and hip out. Breathing slow and deep. And back to center, pulling back in towards the chest. Rotate the ankles. And place that left leg down so both legs are straight. Take both arms up and behind you. Take a deep breath in. And then sit up. And then let's actually come back to plank. So top of your plank. And here again, you keep the body straight, stomach tight, elbows in, lowering down slowly, slightly forward. Point the toes up into Cobra. Toes under, strong stomach, back to downward dog. Deep breath. Then take your right leg straight up behind you. Bend that right knee, open up that right hip. Deep breath. And now straighten your hips and bringing that right foot forward into a lunge. And then keeping this lunge position, you're slowly coming up here, bringing your upper body up, arms up, deep breath. Make sure through this standing sequence that your front knee is not in front of your ankle, that it's stacked right on top, okay? Now you can turn your back heel down, so your feet should be on a straight line, like they're on a rope. We come to warrior 2. Deep breath. And then reaching back, reverse. And now you can take your front hand or arm either to the thigh, to the front thigh, or you can take that front hand to the ground on the inside or the outside, and the back arm straight up. Deep breath. And now you're pretty much going to keep everything the same, except you're going to straighten your front leg. And now we're in triangle pose. And if it feels okay, you can take your focus towards the sky. And then back down to your lunge. Back to plank. Deep breath in. Lower down. Pulling forward, up to cobra. Toes under. Back to down dog. Deep breath. Same sequence, other side. So left leg up behind you. Bend the knee. Open up that left hip. And then straighten out the hips, bring that left foot forward into a lunge. Then we're going to bring the torso up, arms up, deep breath. And turning the back heel down, feet are in a straight line, warrior 2, deep breath. Reverse warrior, reaching back. And now front hand again, either to the thigh or down to the ground on the inside or the outside of the front leg. Back arm is up, deep breath. Just straighten the front leg, triangle, looking towards the sky, deep breath. And back down to your lunge. And back to plank. Deep breath in. And lower down. Pull forward, cobra. Toes under. Back to down dog. Deep breath, big one. And then bend your knees, look forward, and step up to your hands, so you're parallel. And then looking forward, coming halfway up, lower back down. And then slight bend of the knees, flat back, arms out, coming all the way up. Hands meet at the top. You can bring the hands down to your chest. Close your eyes. Stay here for a moment. So eyes are closed. Go ahead and rub your hands together. Build up some heat between your hands. Some energy. Okay? And then place those hands over your heart. Close the eyes, deep breath. And for a moment, I want you to just allow to come forward in your mind, in your heart, something, anything in your life right now that you feel grateful for. Person, place, or thing. And just really focus on that feeling of gratitude. And you can relax your arms and slowly open your eyes. Good job. Hope that felt good. Grab some water or something if you want. I'll roll up my mat. And we're gonna start moving towards Ramalama ing. We're gonna make it a verb. Get some shoes on. Well, hopefully that felt good, guys. We must get grounded before we go up in flames at a Victorian ball in the 1800s. Okay, the moment has arrived. Be funny if I just totally blanked on all the choreography right now. Could remember it. Okay, let's check sound. We'll give it a listen, get ourselves in the vibe. There we are, check, check. I'm gonna check in on the chat real quick, see how you guys are doing. All right, guys, let's jump in. Okay, so I'm gonna try and teach you. I don't think we'll get through all of it, like the entire piece, but hopefully like 70% of it. And we will start with that first walk. Yeah. So this is this one when they come down the stairs. So the basic idea of it is obviously you've got to keep your core really tight, right? You got to keep everything. Turn this sound down a little bit. Keep the core really tight. Keep the back strong. Start doing this small as far as scale. I don't want anybody throwing their back out in minute one. But before we even do the feet, that's the basic idea, is that your arms are going to be stiff like pencils by your side. The core is tight. The whole center of your body is stiff. You're just kind of bending at the waist. And that's just it. I mean, as if you're just kind of, moving to a piece of music that you love. We come back on the downbeat, right? So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 6 of them. So you'll start on the count of 1, stop on 6, okay? Just that first, then we'll add the legs. So 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah? And then really simply with that, you're going to step on the right foot first. So you're just going to be stepping with each one, but as you step, you're going to step on the ball of your foot, right? So it's going to be the right foot first. So as I go back, right foot comes out on the ball of the foot, right? 1 and 2 and I'm dipping down into it. So there's a plie with each one, right? I'm starting up here and I dip down into 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and so you're going to stop on 6 with this left leg out. And when you stop on 6, you're going to look to the front, which is to your right, okay? So I'm facing the same way as you right now. This is my front, right? So hands by the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You look to the front, right? 6, and you just hold 7, and then you're just gonna pop up 8, right? You just pivot the feet parallel, open up on 8. Cool? That very simple look on 6, I kind of think of it like if you ever had a nightmare of any kind, and there's some kind of bad guy or creature maybe in a crowd, and everyone's trying to run and hide, and you're trying to run and hide, and there's a bunch of people, so you think you're safe, right? You think the bad guy or creature can't see you, and then all of a sudden, the creature kind of locks right on you. For me, that's kind of the feeling with this. So if this is my front, right, us being the creature, boom, 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 boom. You lock right in on them on that 6, hold 7, 8. Okay? Try it one time, then we'll move on. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Hold 7, 8. Now this is going to go right into that first kind of guys section. So as I said, the idea was this kind of Victorian era inspiration. So even though the movement we're doing in general is not inspired by Victorian era movement necessarily, some parts, but with the movement that we're doing on top of it, there's this kind of elegance with these little flares that we're doing in our hands. So we went 6, 8, just working on the hands first. Right on that 8, you're going to just sort of flare out these hands, and we're coming to unzipping our body, right? Unzip my body, take my heart out, right? So the right hand is on the zipper, left hand is sort of grabbing the collar, top of the garment, right? So 8, 1. So I'm kind of rotating, flaring. It's not an exact way to do it. You just have this elegance and kind of flare that out to the 1. So 1, you unzip. 2, grab the body. 3, open up your chest. 4, and then take this right arm and kind of come over and under to dig in and grab your heart. 5, pull it out and present it. 6, and then this left arm is going to drop on the 6 and just kind of hides behind the thigh, and then the heart just pumps. 7 and 8 and. So you're coming in and in, right? On 7 and 8. Okay? So 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pump and pump and, right? So close, open, on 7 and 8 and. Okay? One more time. 6, 7, flare, grab, unzip, grab, open up, dig, bring it out, drop, pump and pump and. Okay? A little faster. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay? With that, so you just walked. And you can kind of see, because I don't have a lot of space left to right here, I'm kind of stepping underneath myself, which you can do if you need to as well. But if you have the space, really just kind of keep traveling with it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 7. So right when you pivot, boom, we come to this 1. Now, so we pivot and we come parallel on 8, 8, and then on 1, all you're going to do is just plie into this forced arch. Okay? And so if you're okay holding this forced arch, right, which means we're in plie, but we're on the balls of our feet as well, we're in that throughout, the 6 counts, and we're going to jump in. We're still forced arch even when we hop in. If that feels okay for you. If not, you can be flat-footed. You can bring those heels down. It's okay. Sorry, the camera's wobbling a little bit. It's all the wind. So, right when you drop, so you pivot on 8, 8, and then we plie into this forced arch, and you're just holding it, getting down in this plie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when you drop this hand on 6 and, your feet, knees just come together. And, right? So we're center, knees are touching, feet are touching, but I'm still forced arch. And if that doesn't feel okay for you, again, you can be flat-footed, but still in plie. Okay? So that's 6 and then you're just holding for the pump. 7 and 8 and. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. Yeah? Okay, try from the top. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Hold 7, 8. Drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay? Let's try it with music. Then we'll move on. So in the music, you're going to hear the opening kind of intro synthesizer. And then once the beat kicks in, the camera isn't flipped for you guys. I'm just looking at the chat. It should be when I'm if I'm holding up my right, that should be working for you as well. So if you're facing the camera, that's the same side as you. Okay. All right, so let's try with music once. Just mark it once. Oh, sorry, that's what I was telling you. So you hear this synth, and then when the beat kicks in, there's 1 count of 8 of the drums, and then we start the walk. So I'm going to turn the volume down. We'll mark it the first time. There's the synth. And then once it kicks in, you got 1 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1, 5, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, dee, dee. Okay. Oh, I see. So is it better for you guys if I just stay? I guess it would be. Tell me in the chat if it's better for me to just stay facing you rather than putting my back to you. Okay, go ahead and let's do that one more time together. Five, 6, 7, 8.
Unzip my body, take my heart out. 'Cause I need a beat to get this done.
Yeah, one or the other. Okay, yeah, I'll face you guys. All right, cool, good to know. All right, we okay? So, yeah, again, start mellow with this, like let your body warm up into that. Don't go too hard off the bat and break something, okay? So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and then we just hop back out, down to this 1. So you're just gonna bring your arms in real quick and just throw them down. You're gonna open up, and again, let me see. Yeah, it's kind of a thing with me. I'm forced arch for most of this. Again, go for that if that feels okay. If not, you can be flat-footed. But you're gonna open up, yeah, and you're gonna lean, you're gonna throw your body back into this 1, and that's the basic first, is to just throw back, then it's just 3 chugs with the right. 2, 3, 4, to get to profile, okay? So technically super simple. We throw those arms back, right? And then get your shoulder involved along with that right leg chug. Boom, so that shoulder is just kind of throwing. Right? And the arms are just kind of naturally ricocheting to the power of that shoulder, upper chest movement, right? So you'll see in contrast here, both the walk and this first part are quite composed, yeah? There's a sharpness to it, there's some power to it, but it's composed. Yeah, it has an elegance and a precision. Boom, boom. Then when we get to this, boom, that's the first time some kind of wildness, right? Craziness starts to come out. So the body kind of loosens up. It's not so rigid. Yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. And so it's kind of a 1, just a really quick little cross in order to throw it back. 7, and 8, and whoo, 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 whoo. Okay, from there, we're gonna have this groove that we're doing, yeah? The basic of it is, first just get used to stepping right, left, so I'm turning the knees in. Again, it starts on forced arch, but just think first of the knees going right in, left in, and then right out, left out, yeah? In eighth notes, ba, 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 boom, boom, ba, ba, 2 times, right? So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna rotate with it, but for now, in, out, out, in, out, out, okay? So in, out, out, in, out, out. Light on your feet. And then what the feet are actually doing, so as I turn in, I'm on the ball of my right foot. As I turn in, I'm on the ball of my left foot. And then when I turn out on the right, it's gonna go from ball to heel. I'm gonna push. And then the last one is gonna turn out on the heel, okay? So right toe, right ball, left ball, and then push to heel, heel, okay? Right toe, left toe, turn out, push to heel, heel. So boom, 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 ba, boom, 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 ba, right? Toe, toe, push, heel. Toe, toe, push, heel. Toe, toe, push, heel. Cool? Keep your feet, your legs pretty close together, so we're not doing this out here, right? They're staying pretty close, within like 6 inches of each other, okay? Boom, boom, so your knees pretty much touch each time, and your heels are close to touching here, right? So boom, 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 ba, boom, 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 bop. So get used to this lightness on the feet, so we're not stomping, we're really kind of floating through it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? With that, naturally you're seeing that I'm dipping down, right? And then I'm coming up. Dipping down, coming up, right? So try those together. 6, 7, 8. Dipping down, coming up. Dipping down, coming up. With that, as you dip down, contract, right? Hunch back. So everything closes in, and then as I'm coming back up, everything opens back up. Yeah? I contract and I arch. So contract, arch, contract, arch. Okay? So you got those 3 layers, right? In, out, out. Toe, toe, push to heel, heel. Down and up. In and out, all happening at the same time. And then with that, just think first in a really simple way that as you dip down, your arms are floating up. It's almost like if you're going underwater, right? And this is like the water level. Boom, and then you push yourself back up. Just think of that first, right? Boom, boom, ba, ba. Boom, boom, ba, ba. And then we just add some nuance to that. So it's a wave, essentially, that's starting from the shoulders. So it's starting from there, whoo, it's waving through the hands, and then pushing up, boom, boom. And you can kind of let the fingers be alive. So it really should feel like an octopus of sorts, all these kind of tentacles, boom, right? Okay? So all that's happening together. That's on 5. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, ba. Okay? Now we're going to rotate with that. Okay? So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll just start with just 1 360, 1 full rotation. So you're starting on this profile, and you're gonna move to your right. You're gonna end back up on this profile. So everything we just did with a rotation to the right. Boom, boom. Now I'm halfway. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm back to where I started. Okay? And you'll probably want to travel downstage forward slightly with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And what you can really do is really kind of use the left shoulder. Whoo. It kind of like a gust of wind comes and initiates this movement to the right. 2, 3, 4. Woo. Pa, pa, woo. Pa, pa. Definitely that contraction has a big role in that phrase to really kind of initiate. Whoo, 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 whoo. Okay? So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo, woo, ha, ha, woo, woo, ha, ha. Yeah? Okay, let's try from the top. So again, remember now, you're my front. So 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, holding 7. Flare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7 and 8 and woo. 2, 3, 4. Woo, boom, pa, pa, woo, boom, pa, pa. Then we're there. Okay? Try it one more time, a little faster, then we'll try music. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, ba. Okay? So again, just give me that real strong contrast to the first 2 8s. Again, are a little more rigid, definitely more rigid, and both in your movement and in the rhythmic approach, right? It's stiffer rhythmically, all of this, yeah? And then starting from here through that whole phrase, we're introducing a lot more nuance, wildness, and fluidity. Okay? All right. Let's listen to it and we'll mark it. Check in on the chat here. Is contraction in the heart or the navel? Good question. It's really both. I mean, so it has to be initiated from the navel, right? It's as if you're kind of getting punched in the gut. Boom, and then everything follows suit. Okay? All right, we'll do a lesser volume. We'll mark it the first time. And so anytime that I say, like, we're marking it and then we go for it, think of it as when we mark it, obviously we're doing it less intensity so that we can kind of keep the intellectual process involved, right? We're thinking about the rhythms. We're listening to how these rhythms, these counts, translate to the music so that we can drop the counts. We're always trying to move towards when it's time to drop the counts and live completely in the rhythm of the music, right? So we mark it first, we're thinking our way through it, and then we let go. Okay, music's softer, I'll count. So we got 1 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha, 2, ta, ha, ha, ha. Room, boom, ba, ba, room, boom, ba, ba. Okay? Yeah, let it build in intensity. Okay, let's go for it. It's not going to be perfect, just let go. Good job, guys. Hope that feels good. I tend to teach slow because I like to kind of really get into details, but I'm going to try and keep moving so we get through it. Does the focus stay to the front, on the 3 shoulders, or to the side? I think whatever feels good. I think it stays front. Again, it's that, like, as the beast, as the creature, you're connecting with him, keeping your eyes on him. And then the focus can leave for this. Yeah? All right, let's keep going. So, room, doom, ga, ga, room, doom, ga, ga. Okay, still within the guys section. What's the best way to break this down? Let's just do the arms first. So the basic of it is, again, we're kind of back to these pencil stiff arms, blades for hands. So we're ba, 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 boom, boom, ba, ba. Then you're going to go to those stiff hands, and the left one's going to come forward. Right one's going to go back, kind of diagonal lines. So left one forward. Ba, yeah. So here, 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 here. Yeah. So left, right. Then you bring the right back, and then both come forward. Yeah. Left one forward, right one back. Both come forward. 1 and 2 and. Okay. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and. Yeah. 7, 8. 1. Oh, my bad. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and. Ba, 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 ba. sorry, when you get to that last and, instead of being profile, you just rotate the wrists so that the hands are that way when you land on both of them coming forward. So we're sideways, 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 and then just rotate the wrist so they're up there on the and. 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and. And we'll just finish these arms. So that's 2 and, you hold 3, and then you just kind of tick and 4 and. Right? 3 ticks to get back, keeping that same rotation. So 1 and 2, flip, tick, tick, tick. Okay? 6, 7, 8, left, right, right, flip, tick, tick, tick. Yeah. All right, with that, boom, 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 bop. Yeah. So basically, I'm just going to step out on the 1 and back to where I came from on the 2. Right? I'm going to collapse into this. Right? So when I step on that right foot, my back is going to arch as if my chest is getting pulled down. 1 and 2. Then I'm back to that arch. I come all the way, bend all the way over, and then I just tick this up. Boom, boom, and then on the last one I go up to my toes. Pa! And 4 and. Okay? So there's an interesting contrast in those first couple ones in that the arms are super stiff, both their shape and their rhythmic approach, but the upper body has a fluidity to it. Okay? So collapse here, back, over, tick, tick, sorry, tick, tick, tick. Yeah, and 4 and. 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and hold 3 and 4 and. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and hold 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's coming out of 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and right into that 1. Okay, so 7 and 8 and woo, boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. That's going to be pretty fast. It moves, right? Ding, ding, da, da, ding, ding, da, whoo, 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 wah, goo, goo, ga. Yeah, ba, 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 boom, boom, ba. Right, so hopefully that all makes sense. Stiff arms. Body is still, it has a sharpness in the sense that boom, 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 boom. You know, it's hitting those rhythms, but the upper body is not moving like a statue, not moving like photographs. There's still a little fluidity until that stop on the 2 and. Boom, 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 ba, ka, ka, ka. Okay? So and 4 and, you hold 5, then you just, the feet step out with the left one coming forward on and. You just pivot to the front, 6. Then you just go up on the balls of your feet to the right angle, and 7 and 8 to the right and then to the left, right? So the feet are 1 and 2 and 4 and hold 5, open, pivot, up to the right, boom, up to the left, back to center. So just those little, I mean, not even really, I mean, I guess it's a pivot. Yeah, you have to pivot subtly, but just to get those diagonal lines with the knees and the upper body is following it. You really got to keep your core tight through most all of this, right? Because again, this is almost back in that realm again, in that you're keeping this strong line that's leaning back. So 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay? Yeah, okay, so arms, boom, 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 ba, goom, goom, ga, boom, ba. I don't think they did anything on that 6. Boom, boom, ba, boom, ga. Yeah, they're just staying down. So bum, 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 ba, boom, boom, ba. You can essentially just drop them by your side, boom, bop for that and 6. And then it's just these fingers, they're going in the same kind of up and over points, up and over to point down. And 7, they just come back to here. So and 7 and 8 and pa, 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 pa. Yeah. and 7 and 8 and. Okay? So 1 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. And it's just kind of, it's like hips, but higher. Really, like you're really landing on the rib cage with the backs of your hands. Okay? All right. Let's go from the top. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Room, boom, ba, ba, room, boom, ba, ba. 1 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. All right. Checking with you guys on the chat. Ivan, yeah, so much fun. My kids are staring at me like, what the hell? That's how my kid stares at me most of the time. All right, let's listen to that. Okay, I'll count it through. That last part's gonna be fast. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Room, boom, ba, ba, room, boom, ba. Boom, 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 ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, ba, boom, boom. Hello, good morning.
Taking a picture. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash.
Annalicia from Miami. Oh, I love Annalicia. Tell her hi too. Okay, let's mark that again. Keep listening to the rhythm. Good. Are we okay? Yeah, let's keep moving. We'll always kind of go back and review, but I want you guys to get your value. All right, so this is where we're going to cut. We're going to jump forward a little bit in the choreography. So and 6, and 7, and 8. And what we're going to do after that and is then you're just going to bring the right foot in, turned out, onto 1. And we're going to go right into that midsection. So it's going to go, boom, boom. And we kind of got this like, you know, weird zombie, bad technique, balletic moment going on. So, and 7, and 8, and you step on the 1 at the same time that your arms open up. Boom, and the right arm is going to come through 1, 2, 3. Then there's these 2 little accents, a 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, ga, ga. You can just go right, left with your head, just these little kind of, you know, like when your dog isn't sure what you're doing. Right? It's that kind of tweak, right? Boom, boom, wah, ga, ga. You know, so again, we're just tweaking everything. So the fingers are sort of strange, the arms are a little tweaked, right? Worst technique that we can come up with. And we've got this elegance and fluidity, but there's also a kind of violence in the initiation of the movement, right? And the stopping of the movement. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, ha, ga, ga. And then just do the same thing with the left, boom, bop, and then we jump to the right, boom, here. Okay, yeah, open up, a little bit of a plie. Okay, on the 8. So, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, tweak, tweak, 5, 6, 7, down in here. Now this you're gonna be kind of like, it's like you're sitting into your own self, right? Like rather than me being back here, again, I'm kind of contracting at the navel and kind of, it's kind of ugly sitting into my own self here on this 8, okay? Okay, one more time on that. So going from this, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 4, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, tweak, tweak, 5, 6, 7, into here. Okay, and then we get to this Ramalama, this little walk. Okay. This again, in a way, calls back to, has similarities to this beginning walk, but in a different sort of posture. So legs are open. Again, we're sitting into ourselves, and it's we're trying to really, again, make it super ugly, in the sense that we're keeping this hunchback tucked into the navel, and we're stepping with the right foot first, each time stepping onto the ball of the foot, and throwing the hip forward, okay? But again, you're keeping it in this real strange creature-like hunchback position. So, boom, bah, boom, bah. And so, yeah, we're just gonna bring these arms into it. Very simple. They're just sort of rounded and tweaked. Yeah, right foot, left arm, opposites. So 6, so you went 5, 6, 7. We just throw the arms down by the side, right? And then you step on the right foot with the left arm. And then on the 4, again, similar to that beginning thing where all of a sudden the monster spots you. 2, so you're looking profile. And I remember, yeah, I think we all stuck our tongues out on that look. So, right, tongue comes out. So, 2, 3, and then you keep it there for the rest of the walks. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just a whole 8 of that walk. Again, if you've got space, travel. If not, you can keep it, relatively underneath yourself. So, 1, 2, 3, tweak, tweak, 5, 6, 7, yeah? So what gives it its style, that walk? Again, technically what we're doing is simple. It's just about the interpretation, the execution. That 1, we're staying tucked into the navel. The back is staying hunched. And while we're doing that, so normally if we sent our hip, we might want to like release the upper body a bit more. But we're keeping that in as we kind of send out this ugly hip thing forward. So we're keeping it in there. So the hip gets to come forward and back, right? But we're always staying hunched and tucked. Bah. And then we've got this rounded arm. Make sure they're not completely straight, that they're rounded. And that there is still rhythmically noticeable, meaning we're not just kind of being really loose rhythmically, where it's just kind of a 1, 2, 3. We are noticing the the 1 and 2 and the 8th notes, the forward and the back. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, gink, gink, 5, 6, 7. To 8. Okay. That tongue on 4. Once you stick it out on 4, you can keep it out the whole rest of the 8 if you want. Be my guest, right? Or you can kind of let the tongue relax after the kind of 4, 5, right? But keeping the focus to the front. 2, 3, in there. Okay. But plie, hunch, right? Boom, 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 boom. Staying in that area. Never straight legs. Never all the way up. Okay. Let's walk it through from the top one time for a little refresher. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and boom, boom, ba, boom, ba, and boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, soon, 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 ah, yeah. So keep, again, you keep naturally, because you're contracted, you keep the stomach, the core tight, so that you, again, similar to this, that you can get that forward and back rock. And you're naturally turned out with each one of those steps. All right? Right. Oh, the rain is creeping into me. Is my mic? Check, check, check. My mic okay? Someone said my mic was off. Let me know in the chat if my mic is okay. Check, check. Is my mic okay? Mic is low. Check, check. Check, check. Let's see here. It's a little quiet, fuzzy. Better. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably sweating through the mic. That's why. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, mates. Okay. Let's listen to that with music one time. Sorry guys, fix the sound here.
Unzip my body, take my heart out, 'cause I need.
Okay, my bad. Here we go. One more time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, ha, boom, boom, ha, 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 boom, ha, boom, ha, boom, 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 ba, ding, ding, da, boom, ba,
Picture of me taking a picture. Ramalama thing, flash, bang, 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 bong, bang.
Good. Okay, good. Were you guys saying, does the music still seem low as well? Bear with me, guys. I'm running a little one-man tech operation here. Let me know how the music is in the chat. Check, check, check. Mic is good. Cool. All right, let's keep going. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The movement is just kind of progressively getting wilder and wilder, more and more out of control, right? We start from everything being in order and buttoned up, and progressively we're getting crazier. We're losing our minds. We can't go through replaying this night one more time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is very simple. It's almost kind of childlike, where the very basic of it is just that we're going to be turning to the right, stepping on the right foot first, right, left, right, left, right. You should end up back central, to the front, right? So we're starting on the profile, and so you're kind of making, 3/4 of a turn, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, bop. Okay, boom, boom. Sorry, 1 and, how much do I want to do? Sorry. Okay. So again, use as much space as you have, and we are doing exactly that. It's kind of, think of it like it's almost like a child playing around. The legs are kind of stiff, right? We're kind of mannequin-like. We're losing our minds, and you're really just doing that. You're throwing everything around. So we're boom, bop. Use those arms that are already up here on the 8. You start sort of swinging them around. Boom, 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 bop. You land on this 5. Okay? So just go wild on it. It's not supposed to be pretty, right? Just boom, 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 right? You last one, you can take that up higher, or almost throwing it down on that 5. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and your focus will be down on that last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And your body is kind of ricocheting to everything that you're throwing around. Boom, you look up. 6, then there's this quick little right left with the feet, so like 2 flaps, right? Boom, ga, boom, and we're just kind of shaking right left with the shoulders. The arms are naturally reacting to what the shoulders are doing. So boom, look up, boom, boom, and then everything just kind of throws up and everything just collapses down on the 8. Okay, so we went boom, 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 boom. Focus is down. We look up, right, left, right? So as I step on the right foot, my right shoulder is coming forward. Step on the left foot, as I, flap the right, it's the right shoulder, flap the left, it's the left shoulder. So boom, ga, boom, boom, just collapse down on that 8, okay? So 6, so going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, 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 down, up, boom, boom, and you can go ahead and kind of hop again on that collapse on the 8. So stop, look up, right, left, boom, we kind of land down into it. Everything just throws down, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, boom, boom. Yeah? Good. Go one time from the top, then we'll move on. Okay, we're doing good. I think we'll get there. Much better, thank you. Are we turning over our right shoulder? Yes, turning over your right shoulder. So, boom, traveling to the right, boom, boom, boom. Yep, turning over the right shoulder. Boom, and use that right arm that's already up. Use it as a gust of wind, boom, to send you around. Yeah, and just flinging those arms and legs, boom, 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 ga, boom, boom. Yeah, from the top. Left shoulder first. Yeah, I guess. It's sort of prepping. It's prepping to send the right, but the rhythmic accent is the right shoulder on that flap. Right, left, right, ga, boom. When I step on the right, it's my right shoulder that's forward. I may kind of prep for it, but this is the focus. Boom, boom, yeah? Okay, from the top. 5, 6, 7, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Run dun da da, run dun da da, ding ding dum ba, goom goom ga, goom goom ha 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 ha. You know what? I want to cut out that little thing with the what are these called? Rib cages. On the 8 and. It's just not needed. It'll be cleaner. Ding ding ding, ba ba boom ba, boom, to just go to that 1. Okay. So and 7 and 8, 1, 2, 3, ga, 5, 6, 7, sit, 2, 3, now use the right arm to swing, boom, 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 down, up, right, left, down. Yeah? Good, good, good. All right, let's keep going, man. We're getting there. So, this next thing is this thing to do doing in the back. So, the basics of the feet are, so we just dropped 8. Let me see. So you're going to step out a little wider on that left foot. And so just get used first. So again, as if I was rocking to a piece of music that I love, right? But I'm going to take it to the right. My weight is landing on the left, yeah? So I move to the left and I swing to the right. So just get used to that basic idea first. Here, here, and then I go to do it again, but this time I kind of step ball change. So boom, boom, boom. Let me see if I'm stepping in front or behind. In front, yeah. So left, right in front, left, yeah? Don't get too concerned about the upper body yet. We're focusing on the legs, but boom. So think of kind of stepping out, and we're going to pivot, rotate a bit to the right, boom, pivot to the left, and then boom, boom, pop, and don't crash through a window. So 7, 8, boom, boom, ba, 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 and the same thing the other way. Now we go to the right, right, left, boom. For this time, I think I want to go behind with the left foot, yeah? So left, right in front, left, and then right, left behind, right, okay? Simple rhythm, right? It's just 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, yeah? 6, 7, 8. I'm stepping left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay? So, this is all going to stay pretty low. As we were starting to build with the upper body, first just get used to the torso portion. So it's swinging down and right, down and left, down and right, and then to center. Left, right, center. Okay? So you're just making these semicircles with your whole midsection, right, from the hips up. 6, 7, 8. So you've got to prep it on the and. You got to come down central on the and so that you can be up to the right on 1. So that means boom. Oh, wait, my bad. You're already down. Boom, ga, ga, ga. Boom. You're already there this time. It'll be when you loop it. But 7, 8. So just you're already center. You've just got to get to coming up to the right. Okay. Boom, ga, ba, ba, ba. Huh, 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 huh. Hoom, hoom, huh, huh, huh. Let's see about these crosses. You know, I think I probably do it differently every time as far as which leg is crossing in front. It really doesn't matter. Whatever feels more comfortable, yeah? If it feels more comfortable to cross behind or in front, have at it. So 7, 8, boom, boom, ha, 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 ha. Okay? So, really you're trying to be quite limber in that whole midsection, right? So I'm loose. So instead of being stiff here like we've been for a lot of the other things, this I want you to loosen up your back a bit more. So it's arching and contracting. Ha, boom, ha, 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 ha. Okay? The arms are really just going to hang. Boom, 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 ha. Again, we're just getting wilder and wilder. Yeah, really just make sure they're not stiff. Just let them hang. So you've got the torso portion, which is loose, right? You're arching the back. And then the next layer of it, which is following the same trajectory, but should be separate, is just loosening up the neck. So that the neck is also going. Boom, 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 bah, boom, bah, boom, boom, bah. This can make you really dizzy. I really want you to be easy with this first. I don't want anyone blowing their neck out and putting a crick in their neck. So start small, and then, in between, keep doing neck warm-ups, right? So start smaller, and if your neck is really feeling like it's starting to warm up, you can open this up a bit more, okay? But don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, right, left, yeah. So you really, you know, when the left foot steps, it's leaving everything else behind, is kind of the idea. So even the arms, right, it's like these gusts of wind are moving the legs, and the rest of the body is having to catch up. Okay? So, check in. Come on. Okay, all good. All right, so backing up a little bit, let's go from and 7 and 8. Remember, we're removing that, so it's just and 7 and 8 straight to 1. Okay, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3. Dink, dink. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Tongue. 5, 6, 7, 8, and we go right, left, down, up, right, left, down, right. Okay. All right, good. Hopefully that's all making sense. Let's listen to it with music. Okay, I'll mark it first. You can maybe just even just watch me the first time to get a sense.
Unzip my body, take my heart out, 'cause I need a beat to give this turn. Taking a picture of me, taking a picture. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, big bang, ding dong, ding dong, 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 dong. With a hammer, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, 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 ding dong, 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 dong.
Okay? Why don't you guys mark through it? Here we go. One, 5, 6. Hup,
Unzip my body, take my heart out,
hup.
'cause I need a beat to give this turn. Taking a picture of me, taking a picture. Ramalama, bang,
Ha.
flash, bang, big bang, ding dong, ding dong, 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 dong. With a hammer, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, 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 ding dong, 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 dong.
Good. Hopefully, yeah, that's making sense musically. You can hear boom, 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 boom. Right, it's following that rhythm exactly. Yeah. Let's. You guys doing all right? Cool. Let's try that one more time, and then we'll keep going. One, 5, 6. Hup, boom,
Unzip my body, take my heart out,
hup,
'cause I need
Ha.
a beat to give this turn.
boom.
picture of me, taking a picture. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, bing, bang, bing, bong, ding, dong, 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 dong. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, bing, bang, ding, dong, dong, dong.
So nasty. Good, good, good. Hope that feels good. Grab some water real quick if you like. You know, we're moving quickly. Obviously, you know, when we created this piece, possibly we had like 16 hours altogether, right, to get deep into it. So, you know, cut yourself some slack. Recognize that we're moving through this briskly. It's not going to be perfect. I couldn't think of anything more boring than perfect anyway. It's actually a scientific impossibility. So, time for us to let go of that one. Can our energy, can our character, can our playfulness, can our wildness, can our silliness, our quirkiness be 100%, right? And the details of the steps will come in time. Right, remember, this is why they're called steps, because they're stepping stones. They're not the destination. They're steps to the destination, and the destination is a feeling, is a character, right? Is a quality. The steps are not the end game. Okay, so loosen up, be playful. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to try to move. I'm going to try and get us to the end as quickly as possible. It's possible that if I try to get us all the way to the end of the piece, we might go 15 minutes over for the class. It's okay with me. Hopefully it's okay with you. But I'll try and move through. All right, from there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we got these big kind of banshee runs. Hopefully you remember that from the piece. Travis comes down through the center. I hardly have enough space to do it here, but it's the kind of idea, right? But there's 5 of them. So they're kind of drag runs. So it's going to start on the right. You know, you're going to be, generally speaking, when each leg shoots up, you're turned out. You know, I really don't even, I think the feet are pointed, but I'm not too rigid about it. Again, we're getting wilder and wilder, but that's a place to start, turned out and pointed. We're similar in a way to this thing, in the sense that we're, even within this, we're still kind of sitting into ourselves. We're rounded with these clawed arms. So without movement, without moving, you know, this is kind of the idea, right? And they're drag runs, so I can probably only do one, but you know, is the idea as I step across that way. So what I've got to do coming out of this transition, boom, boom, bam, 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 boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. You know, the first one is probably going to be a little smaller because you're kind of still coming out of that last groove. 5, 6, 7, and 8. First one's not going to have time to kind of get up super high because you're coming from down here. So it's going to be kind of into that first one, and then by that second one, you should be able to get some more height with the left leg. But 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. You land on the right leg, the 5th step on the count of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And you're going to turn that right into a pivot. So as soon as you drop, boom, it's kind of like it's like don't go anywhere. I'm coming back for you, right? And you come back that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to do these quick steps back, 6 and 7. So you're just going to run back kind of 5, left, right, left, and then you're going to bring the right in to meet the left, profile, 8, and look back to the front. So we went right, left, left, and you're pivoting over your left shoulder. So 5, stepping left, right, left. Then you're bringing the right foot back to the left. Woo. So take that focus back to the front on 8. And you're going to be in plie, hands by your side, looking to the front. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Think forward, then up. 2, 3, 4. Pivot to the left, left, right, left. Come together with the right and look to the front. Okay? Again, just making sure we're clear. I don't have quite the space to kind of give you a full 5-count demonstration, but as I come back, da, 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 da. This first one's going to be more just kind of outward rather than up, right? Boom, and then I'm really going to, yeah. But I'm trying to get to the point where I'm, dragging each one, and if you have the space, use it. Okay. But rounded and big. Get them up high, turn them out, point the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot to the left. 6 and 7. Drop. Okay? That run and turn is pretty nondescript. Meaning there's not a lot of style to it. We're not bringing a lot of attention to it. Boom, 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 boom. Woo, da, da, da. Like, keep it pretty small. Don't get your arms involved. You're kind of just floating across space. Yeah, I would even just keep your arms down rather than moving. 6 and 7, woo, on that 8. Okay? All right, then here's the last little section. Let's do it, and then we'll go back and review. It's this part, though. Right? Basic of it is, you're going to step out on your right as you're kind of turning the knee out on your right. But as soon as it turns out, it's rotating. So think of it, the direction that my knee and my upper body is going to go, think of the line being like this. So it kind of opens up and then turns in, collapses in, right? Boom, bop, right? So as if you were kind of drawing that circle. So just for now, focus on your torso's opening up, your chest is opening up. The shoulder is, isolate the shoulder. It's doing that rotation. So it's coming up and back to the right, and then it's going to close down, close in, right? Yeah, so open everything up and then close it in, okay? That's one and. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, open, shut. 6, but make sure it's not just open, shut. It's the fact that it's over to the right and then under and shut, yeah? It's a rotation. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. With that 8, you kind of got these essentially like Fossy fists, right? Boom, and it's kind of following this trajectory. Boom, and it just closes back into there. 7, 8. Boom, yeah. So it's weird, awkward, right? The less cool you feel, at least in the beginning, the better. It should just be strange and awkward. 6, 7, 8. Boom, yeah. 1 and so you see my focus is dropping. So I looked to the front on 8. I stayed with it. My focus came in and dropped on the end. Boom, bop, and then I'm going to look all the way up, and then I'm going to bring my left foot in on 3 to meet the right. So the feet are 1 and 3. That's it. 5 and 7. Yeah, that's it for the feet. Let's do those feet. 6, 7, 8. Open, close, in with the left. Open, close, in with the left. Yeah? 1 and 3. Okay? Now I'm going 1 and, then the head looks up, and when I step in on that 3, both of my arms open up, boom, then I close them, boom, and then I look to the front, whop, on the 4. And that's it. That repeats twice. So, open, close, look up, step together with the arms out, close the hands, look to the front. Go again. Boom, boom, up, da, da, look. Yeah? So my head is going from here down, up, to the front, and it stays there. Up, to the front, right? Upper body, boom, boom, ga, ging, ging, ga, boom, boom, and ging, ging, ga. Yeah? Might feel a little strange at first. It's kind of interesting rhythmically. 6, 7, 8, boom, ba, ha, ging, ging, ga, boom, ha, and ging, ging, ga. Right? You'll also feel this in the music. Once it gets to that point in the music, a new kind of snare sound kicks in. So we pick up that pace. Yeah? Okay, so that rhythm. Yeah? So we went 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot, left, right, left. 8, 1, and 3, and 4. Boom, ba, ah, ge, ga. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost there. Then we just go to this real simple little shoulder groove. Just it comes back on the 4. So obviously very simple. All we're doing is just really loosening those shoulders up and just rocking them down on the 8th notes. Down, 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 down. Right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Stepping again on the balls of my feet. Just this kind of little chug. Da, da, da. Right, left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And everything stays the same except on the 4, my torso comes up and back. And I gotta roll my shoulders back, keeping the same rhythm, but now rather than being here, they're rocking back here. The arms are hanging, let them be loose. And you, it's like as if your body kind of throws up. Boom, 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 back, back, and then kind of boom, everything flips over on the 5, okay? Almost there, guys. 1 and 3 and 4, 5 and 7 and 8. So we just pivot onto this right foot and we bend over, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we hit 5, and then very simply, that's when the last beat goes bum bum dun 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 bam. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 8 and is the last accent. We just very simply roll up 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the last and you hit your own final pose. Something strange and tweaked, right? Whatever it is for you. Let it be different every time. And that's it. That's the end. Okay? Now, do we remember anything we did? So, let me check in on the chat. How you guys are doing? Okay. All right, let's go from Ramalama from this thing here. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, left, down, up, right, left, down, right, left, boom, 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 bow, 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 and we run 1, 2, 3, 4, and pivot to the left, right, left, together, 1 and 3 and 4, 5 and 7 and 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Final pose, and hold it, and try not to fall over with your final pose. Okay? Good job. All right, let's go from the top, man. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and woo. 2, 3, 4. Boom, pow, pow, boom, boom, pow, pow. 1, and 2, and 4, and 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2. We're turned out here. 3, 5, 6, 7. Boom, and 2, and 3, and boom, ha, boom, ha. Use the right arm, left arm. Boom, 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 ga, boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, ba. Your feet are going right, left, right, running right, left, pivot to the left, right, left, together. Ba, su, ga, ha, si, ga, do, 6, 7, 8. Wow. All right, champions. Great job. Can you review the counts of the end syncopation? Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going 1 and hold 2. Look up and 3 and 4. So 2 is the only count, and we're all only doing 8th notes. But 2 is the only count that we hold. So 7, 8, 1 and hold 2, and 3 and 4, and then we hold that and then we're back to it. 5 and 7 and 8. So we're holding 2 and 6, right? As the phrase repeats. 6, 7, 8, 1 and hold 2, and 3 and 4, 5 and hold 6, and 7 and 8. And this is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Slow. 6, 7, 8. Pose. Yeah? Oh no. Stream ended. Are we still here? I came back, still going now. Okay, good, sorry. Let me let the technical people know that I'm going a little longer just to make sure they keep it all good. Sheldon, going a little longer. Stream will keep going. Okay, let's try music, guys. Hopefully you can still hear me.
Of me, taking a picture. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, bing, bang, bing, bong, ding, dong, 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 dong. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, bing, bang, ding, dong, 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 dong.
There it was. Oh. Good job, guys. Checking in. Okay. All right, that's the gist of it. Again, I know it's quick. We rushed through it a bit, but I just wanted to give you guys all the content. Let's mark it a couple more times, and then let's start going for it. And again, as I started to describe before, don't get too caught up in all the technicalities of the steps. What's important is this vibe, is this groove, especially all those key moments. We're getting to this. You're just getting in that pocket, right? Deep in the pocket of the music. We never want to be the slightest bit in front of the beat. We always want to be even the slightest bit just behind the beat, right? This is where the funk lies in wait for us, yeah? So just be playful. Be wild. Let's mark it a couple of times. You guys want to just keep doing music, or you want to go through with counts? Let me know in the chat. Counts or music? Ding, 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 ding. I don't know how much there's a delay. Someone said one more time, please. Do you mean with counts or with music? Looking. Music. Okay. First person said music wins. Here we go. Mark it one more time, then we're going to start going for it. 1, 5.
Unzip my body, take my heart out.
Ha.
'Cause I need a beat to get this through. Taking a picture of me. Taking a picture.
Ha.
Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, bing, bang, bing, bong, ding, dong, bong, bong, bong. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, bing, bang, ding, dong, bong, bong, bong.
Nice. And someone said costumes. Yes, a separate costume department is coming to each one of your houses to fit you. Especially when you get to that last part too. Even this last groove, which again, technically what we're doing is so simple, that's when that vibe and that nastiness can really come through. You're just right, you can kind of look around, just get deep in that. You can get the little micro rocks in the back, right? Over on that 5. Okay, great job, guys. Let's go for it. Okay, now we've been working on this, the intellectual process, moving into the body, understanding the counts, translating that to the rhythm. Of course, it's body work, but it's also a lot of intellectual work, processing. Now we're here, and it's time to willingly surrender our knowledge and just trust in the body, right? And try and stop thinking as much as possible, right? I could care. Of course, I can't see you, but even if I could care less if you miss a step. What I care about is that if you miss a step, like a choreographic step, that you don't miss a step in moving. That you just keep moving to the music. If you forget all the steps, who cares? Just stay in that character, right? And just get lost in that groove. That's what matters. Okay? Let me see. Maybe I'll do it once. Oh boy, see how this goes. I'll do it once. You can watch. You can obviously do it along if you want, but the opportunity, you guys can watch once, and then you go. Here we go.
Unzip my body, take my heart out. 'Cause I need a beat to get this through.
right, let's do it, champs. Your turn. Where'd you go? Okay. One sec. Okay, let loose. I'll mark it along with you. Have some fun. Here we go.
Unzip my body, take my heart out, 'cause I need a beat to give this tune. Taking a picture of me, taking a picture. Ramalama, bang, bang, flash, bang, big bang, ding dong, 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 dong. With a hammer, bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, 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 ding dong, 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 dong.
Fantastic job, guys. Wherever you got with it, I'm gonna grab a chair. As long as you tried your best, whatever is your best today, it's a good job. Yeah? That's all we've got is our best. And our best is different every day. Hope you guys had a blast with this. It's fun for me to do. Again, for me, thank you to everyone who was involved in this piece. My wife Amanda, the incredible dancers, all of the department heads. Super fun, and super fun to bring it back. If you guys want, we can stay for a couple more minutes. If you want to throw some questions in the chat, I'm happy to answer a few. If any of you have to go, thank you so much for being here. All of my love, I appreciate it. And let me know of any questions. I'm looking. So fierce. You're welcome everybody. My pleasure. What got you into yoga and meditation? 2 nervous breakdowns got me into yoga and meditation. Honestly. I mean, I'd felt a calling for a long time for meditation and yoga and was sort of start and stop. And then, yeah, about 9 years ago or so, I had 2 nervous breakdowns over the course of a year, right? Everything changed for me. This is on the heels of Amanda giving birth to our son, which changed everything. And then, yeah, in crisis mode, I started looking for, I started yoga. I committed to yoga for the first time in my life. Really helped and continues to help my healing process. And then meditation. I learned Vedic meditation, VEDIC, which changed everything in my life for the better and continues to. I practice 20 minutes twice a day. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Yeah. What does your process look like coming up with choreography? You know, it's changed so much over the years. Depends on what I'm doing it for. If I were creating a piece like this, sometimes concept comes first, right? I'm just kind of dreaming up ideas and concepts and worlds and characters that excite me. And then maybe I'll try and find a piece of music to match that. Often the music will come first. I'll find that and then create a concept and then try and, you know, find movement that can speak to that that concept and those characters. And then if I'm creating for class, you know, which has been much more kind of flowy and groove oriented for me, it's music, you know. I just find a piece of music and just put it on and try and just let myself go and try and keep keep getting out of my head. Stop trying to figure it out and let it, creative intelligence, figure itself out on my body. Let it move through me. Okay, we'll do one more question if anybody wants. Has the age of social media affected your relationship with dance? It's been crazy. This is Jezez or Jezez 55967. Has the age of social media affected your relationship with dance? It's been so crazy to think about the difference in dance culture from 2006 to now, and I wonder what your take is on the way it has evolved. Yeah, I'm not that deep inside of it anymore as far as the dance industry, right? I'm not very active in the dance industry. I'm not currently trying to work as a choreographer. I teach, and that is the realm that I step into with dance. But yes, of course, social media has changed everything, including dance, including art, including the dance industry. To some degree, have things become that much more superficial? Has, dance, not all dance classes, but a lot of dance classes become even more just about, how the footage looks and who gets in the groups, to film the footage of the class. And, I think some of that, there's a place for that, but I think there's a lot of that, and that's unfortunate to me, in the sense that class is really supposed to be a sacred place. And I think a relatively private place amongst this group of people, a place where one can be vulnerable, where one can make mistakes, where one can fall flat on their face, and that's celebrated. Because, if you never want to make a mistake, if you never want to fall flat on your face, just don't ever try anything new. And, I don't think you want that. When we try something new, when we fail, when we fall flat on our face, that is the evidence of our success, because it means we've stepped outside of our comfort zone. So social media has had an impact on that. Everyone trying to create the image of the perfect life, the perfect dancer all the time. And it's just not real, and can, I think, retard the evolution process when one is trying to skip over too many steps to get to the perfection too quickly. We've got to really enjoy our vulnerabilities and enjoy our process as much as possible. Does my son dance? Not really. He does naturally, like some music will come on and he'll do some weird little funky things, and I've often stolen little things from him when I see him messing around. But currently it's not an interest of his at all, dancing, which is fine with me. He's got his own thing, he's his own spirit. Okay. What advice would you have for young choreographers trying to find their voice, their authenticity? This is from Sewell, 78982. What advice would you have for young choreographers trying to find their voice, their authenticity? Similar to what I was just talking about. You've got to be willing to make mistakes, to quote-unquote fail miserably, even though there's no such thing as failing when we're paying attention and we're learning from every experience. Finding your own voice is having courage to not just follow what everyone else is doing. Find the music, find the movement that really moves you, that excites you. That's what's so easy to lose track of, is true passion, true excitement. We can get caught up in, what I should be doing. Who cares? There's no such thing what anybody should be doing. Shoulds are an illusion. There's only wants, right? What do we want? What feels good to you? Trust your intuition, your instinct. What's the music, what's the movement that moves you today? And also be willing for that movement and music that moves you to change all the time. Be willing to change and explore and experiment and try things that don't work on the way to finding the things that work for you. That's all that matters. All right, guys. I want to respect everyone's time here. I'm going to wrap up. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you had a blast. I did. I love you all. If you don't have a regular meditation practice, that would be my highest recommendation. Search one out, check out Vedic meditation or any kind, simple breathing technique like we did in the beginning. It can change everything in your life to have a daily practice like that. Okay? All of my love. And we'll do something like this again soon. We will. All right, bye-bye.